Hi, my name is Dr. John Douillard, and I want to talk to you today about how to shed those holiday pounds. You know, it's natural for us to harvest heavier, harder to digest proteins and fats in the winter. Interestingly, these harder to digest proteins and fats that insulate us in the winter months are actually supported by a stronger digestive system. Just like in your house when you turn the heat on in the wintertime, we actually have a stronger digestive fire to keep us warm in the winter and help us digest the proteins and the fats that we need to store proteins, fats, minerals, and vitamins and insulate us during the cold winter months. In the summertime, when we're harvesting fruits and vegetables and it's very hot outside, the digestive system is actually cooler. So this is the time to digest those hard, heavy to digest holiday foods, but we're under typically huge amounts of stress. We eat on the run, we eat all day long, we are under stress while we eat, we're under our stress after we eat, and the digestive fire tends to become weakened. Stress puts out the digestive fire. So if we're eating heavy, hard to digest foods, which are harvested in the winter, and we're eating them all year long, which typically we do, and we're under huge amounts of stress, and we're not helping the digestive system to turn its fire back on in the winter months, we oftentimes go into the holidays with a digestive fire that's less than adequate. And when that happens, we don't cook the proteins and the fats. We don't cook the gluten and the dairy very well. And those proteins go undigested into the small intestine. They irritate the gut wall. They cause reactive mucus production in the gut. They inflame the gut wall. They compromise assimilation. They compromise digestion and detoxification. And they cause the lymphatic system around the gut to swell. And when that swells, you get extra weight around your belly and in your hips, and we tend to gain those holiday pounds. So the first step to fixing this is to make darn sure that we turn on the digestive fire in the winter. We have a product called Warm Digest, which is Trikatu, which is three digestive peppers, ginger, black pepper, and long pepper, that actually fire up the digestive system. Typically take 1 to 2 capsules 15 minutes before the meal with a big glass of water, and that will actually fire up the digestion, so by the time you actually eat the food, your digestive system is ready to roll. But the problem is that for all these months we've been digesting these foods inadequately, and they've been going through a digestive fire that hasn't been breaking them down, irritating the gut wall. Now we have a toxic intestinal tract, a sluggish lymphatic system, a congested liver, and the body's taking these fat soluble chemicals and storing them into the fat cells, which we need to detoxify. So there are programs in Ayurvedic medicine called Panchakarma. Panchakarma is a classic detoxification technique. I want to talk to you today about a program called the Short Home Cleanse, which is a version of Panchakarma, a home version of Panchakarma. Panchakarma, I've been administering at our LifeSpa in Boulder for about 25 years. When people come, they do a 7-day retreat in residence in Boulder, Colorado, where they do 2.5 hours of Ayurvedic therapies with 2 therapists working on them, 3 to 5 hours of tailor-made yoga, breathing, and meditation. They go on a special diet. They go into silence. It's an inner journey to still the nervous system, disarm the protective nervous system, and detoxify the fat cells, not only of toxic chemicals, which has been well documented, but maybe even more importantly, are the molecules of emotion, the fat-soluble chemicals that store in our fat cells that remotely make us think and do the same dumb stuff again and again and again. And Ayurvedic medicine is designed to disarm that protective nervous system and detoxify those fat cells. Those molecules of emotion that we create in our brains to feel safe and secure are stored in our fat cells, and they remotely make us do the same dumb stuff again and again and again and again. And that drives our cells into imbalance. I don't know if you realize, but I reported recently on a study that showed that 95% of the serotonin in the body is produced in the gut, in the intestinal tract, manufactured in the gut, stored in the gut. Only 5% of the serotonin in our body is in our brain. So we process stress And we deliver stress hormones from our intestinal tract. We all handle stress right here in our gut wall. And when we're under stress, the gut gets irritated, it gets inflamed, and it causes digestive imbalances that makes us toxic and bruise the disease process. This is why Ayurvedic Panchakarma and Ayurvedic cleansing and Ayurvedic philosophy is so critically important, because it helps understand that the cause of our disease in Ayurvedic understanding is that 80% of disease is caused in the digestive system, and we process stress through there as well. And that's why it's so critical to begin to unravel the molecules of emotion. And we employ during our Panchakarma techniques, and also during some of our home cleanses, like the Colorado Cleanse, which is a very, very popular community cleanse we do twice a year. You can go to my website at lifespa.com/Colorado Cleanse and read about that. But during Panchakarma, a big emphasis is on the self-inquiry Ayurvedic psychology process. Because when you're in this retreat and the nervous system is totally still, we disarm the protective nervous system. We detoxify these fat cells. Molecules of emotion are being released, and we have the opportunity to make transformational change, to have the clarity to see what kind of mindsets we've made as young children to feel safe and secure, and what mindsets we're still continuing to live on and act on as adults that aren't serving us any longer. So when we talk about an Ayurvedic detox, we're talking about helping to reset the digestive system, help the body digest and assimilate better, help the body detoxify itself more efficiently. Not just detoxify a body that doesn't know how to detox and move the toxins from one fat cell to another, but more importantly, get the body reset so it detoxifies itself after the cleanse. And then, once the body's physically less dense, then we begin to unravel those mindsets. At the end of the day, it's this crazy mind of ours that has caused stress from into our intestinal wall and has disseminated those stress-fighting hormones to every cell in our body. And that has to be unraveled. Now, the short home cleanse is a cleanse that you can do at home. It's a 4-day cleanse, very, very simple. And it's all about resetting fat metabolism, because we have to get the body to burn fat, because chemicals like cancer-causing chemicals, pesticides, preservatives, dioxins, they're fat soluble. Heavy metals, they store in our fat cells. We must facilitate the release of those fat cells. So this cleanse is very, very simple. You can go to my website at lifespa.com/short-home-cleanse and download for free the 10-page detox booklet on the short home cleanse. And it's very simple. It's 4 days. The first 4 days, you take 2 teaspoons of ghee first thing in the morning. Second day, 4. Next day, 6. Next day, 8 teaspoons of ghee in the morning on an empty stomach. And then a no-fat diet for the rest of the day. If you had any fat in your diet during the day, your body would just burn the dietary fat. But by having a lot of fat in the morning, the ghee, and then having no fat during the day, the body goes into fat metabolism first thing in the morning, stays in fat metabolism all day long, and your body facilitates a natural fat metabolic state. You're not fasting, you're not starving, so there's no emergency. So the body is naturally facilitating a fat-soluble detoxifying state. On the last day, in the evening, on the 4th day, you take some castor oil or some prune juice. The details are in the booklet that you can download for free on my website, and you can and go through step-by-step process of how to do this short home cleanse. It's a 4-day digestive reset. During the 4 days, the only rule is you're having a no-fat diet. That's the key. And we offer some dietary suggestions and some recipes. Drink lots of water. One technique we ask you to do is to sip hot water during the day. And that's about it. Use the warm digest herb to help fire up the digestive system during and after the cleanse. There are other herbs you can use that actually help destagnate your lymphatic system, thin your bile, help reset your liver flow, and heal your intestinal wall. And those herbs are also there, optional, but listed in the booklet that's associated with this video on my website at lifespa.com. Thanks for listening. I'm Dr. John Douillard.